Welcome to the Aquinas College Commencement Exercise 2004, honoring our 63rd graduating class since becoming a four-year institution. To begin the afternoon ceremony, Curtis Burdett and Catherine Van Auker of the class of 2004 and the Aquinas College Concert Band will lead us in the national anthem. Thank you, Catherine and Curtis, and the Aquinas College Concert Band. Allow me now to introduce the participants in today's ceremonies who are with me on stage. Dr. Hupp, President of Aquinas College. Dr. Baylog, Provost and Dean of Faculty. Ms. Deet Iman, Holocaust survivor and educator, who will receive an honorary Doctor of Social Studies degree. The Most Reverend Robert J. Rose, Bishop Emeritus of Grand Rapids Diocese, who will receive an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. And the Reverend Edward Malloy, President of the University of Notre Dame, our commencement speaker, who will also receive an honorary Doctor of Divinity degree. Also joining us on stage and in the front row of chairs are members of the Aquinas College Board of Trustees, led by Mr. Tom Church, Chairperson, the President's Cabinet, the deans of the college, all of whom are listed in your program. And I am Dan Brooks, Professor of English, Director of the Humanities Program, and Chairperson of the Aquinas College Faculty Assembly. It is indeed my great pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for today's commencement exercises. Graduation is a very exciting day in the life of a college. It is at once festive and solemn, the pinnacle of the academic year, the culmination of years of study. And I am very proud to have this role in the ceremony. I now invite Mary Clark Kaiser, Director of Campus Ministry, to join us on stage to deliver the invocation. Mary?
We gather here this afternoon in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Loving God, you look on these graduates gathered here this afternoon with more tenderness than we could ever imagine. Your heart is sparkling with delight. You walked closely with them as they strived to achieve their academic goals. You gently calmed them down when their anxiety was at its highest. You spoke words of encouragement and built them up when their self-confidence was at a low ebb. You cheered for them when they achieved success, and you held them in your loving arms when they needed your rest and forgiveness. You were there with family and friends, giving them the energy and love to keep on being supportive to these graduates. You are with faculty and staff who are committed to and challenging them. And this afternoon, dear God, we are bursting with pride. Indeed, and thank you, for you are God forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Mayor. To begin the formal activities of this year's commencement, including the awarding of honorary degrees and commencement, I'm pleased to introduce our President, Dr. Since his inauguration in 1997 as the fifth president of the college, he forced the community to plan the college's this facilities are also including the Performing Arts Center, which had we're also in the midst of designing new library facilities and a convocation center outside to my right. All these programs and initiatives are designed to carry the college into the 21st century as a leader in Catholic liberal arts education. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John Collins.
Thank you, Professor Brooks. Good afternoon and welcome to Aquinas College. On our campus today. I'm sure it's a different feeling from the ones you've had before, such as on campus days when evaluating possible schools for your high school son and daughter, or moving into student housing, or attending recitals, athletic events, and countless other special programs. This day brings special feelings. Indeed, you celebrate with faculty, staff, and trustees the most important day in the life of a college or university, the awarding of degrees at commencement ceremonies. Those of you who have been able to enjoy the measure of on-campus visits over the years by now have a personal understanding of what it means to be a part of the Aquinas community. You've seen and heard the things we continue to do to build on the Dominican tradition of having an open mind and an open heart. For those of you visiting for the first time, we extend a very special welcome. I'm sure you'll find, as I did on my first visit, that Aquinas exudes a sense of warmth and family not found elsewhere. This precept was reiterated last week by a father who stopped in Holmdene while visiting his freshman daughter. They both told me her experience this first year confirmed she had made the best college choice. They listed many different reasons for that assessment, but all centered on the personal attention our faculty and staff consistently give to ensure our students' successful academic and personal growth. Now, in several years, this first-year student will be participating in her own commencement ceremony. But she, like you graduates today, will reflect in her accomplishments our true measures of success, those that derive from your developing a better understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses, regardless of your age or place in life, and from developing the ability to make a difference in the world around you. And I believe that's what sets Aquinas apart from the rest. We do an exemplary job, yes, of preparing you for the world of work, but over the years, our alumni demonstrate eloquently how we also do a masterful job of graduating students who know that making a contribution to the world around them is equally important. Their ability and yours to make such a contribution is founded on several elements. First, on our Catholic faith, which serves as the ongoing touchstone for the campus community and its countless programs and activities. On the ethic of service that infuses our programs, and the opportunities for leadership that were consistently made available to you throughout your academic careers here. As students, you made a difference every day. We are quite confident you will join your fellow Aquinas alumni and continue to make a difference, wherever life may take you, long after your graduation from Aquinas. In expressing our congratulations to you, we also promise that the values and ideals of the college you leave with today will be the same values and ideals of the college when you return to visit 10, 20, or even 50 years from now. As well, we hope you'll return often to share your experiences with us as you embark on each new chapter of your life. And in conveying our best wishes to parents, spouses, families, and friends who have joined us today, please know we share with you in your pride in the accomplishments of your graduate. Please be mindful, too, of the welcome we extend to you to return to campus often in the years ahead. Commencement, as you know, marks a time of transition for our graduating students. But before moving to the awarding of this year's honorary, graduate, and undergraduate degrees, I would like to recognize another form of transition that occurs in colleges and universities. It is my pleasure to introduce to you 4 Aquinas faculty members who are retiring from active service in the college and transitioning to the next stages of their personal and professional careers. At the May meeting of our Board of Trustees, I'll be recommending that each be granted emeritus status to reflect their untold contributions to Aquinas College and the broader community. Their efforts, combining for 121 years of dedicated teaching and service, have been responsible for helping to nurture the wonderful campus environment I just described. These 4 include Sister Amata Fabro, who for many years has served as chair of the theology department at Aquinas. Sister Amata has been one of the most important resources in theology and religious studies for the clergy, religious, and laymen and women of the Grand Rapids Diocese, and indeed of many places far and wide. Her depth of intellect, her spiritual leadership, and her strength of character and conviction have ensured Aquinas College has not only sustained but grown in all its Catholic Dominican charisms. Sister? Sister Yvonne Greiner, professor of theology, whose scholarship in theology and in women's studies has caused both areas to grow and develop over the years in their own regard, and whose insights have fostered the identification of conceptual and practical relationships between the two. This spring, Sister Yvonne was voted Professor of the Year by the faculty, staff, and students in association with our Jane Hibbert Idema Women's Studies Center. Last week, Sister Yvonne told me she does not like goodbyes, so she considered last year's her final commencement to help lessen the impact of her leaving. But please join me in recognizing Sister Yvonne. Dr. Lee Jaycox, professor of psychology, who over the years has taught an abundance of courses in the many areas reflecting the breadth of his academic preparation and evolving research interests. Dr. Jaycox has served ably and well in most of the college's administrative positions at one time or another, either on a standard appointment or by filling in during times of crisis or duress. His active, ongoing marketing and public opinion research projects that signal his retirement from the college is not a retirement from intellectual activity, but rather a transition to a different kind of life stage activity. Lee? And Dr. Shirley Lewis, one of our resident Renaissance-like faculty members, gifted with academic background and expertise in the humanities, music, learning disabilities, and special education. Dr. Lewis compiled a distinguished record of accomplishment in the classroom, and over the past several years served the college as the first dean of our School of Arts and Sciences. During her tenure as dean, Dr. Lewis played a key role in curricular change, including the development of our new nursing program. Over her entire tenure at Aquinas, Dr. Lewis's daily presence on campus has been akin to a dose of chicken soup for our collective souls. Shirley? Now, I wish you all well in the next stages of your personal and professional lives. We also hope you know that you will always be integral parts of the Aquinas community. And I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize two individuals who are also achieving emeritus status this year. They are trustees who have provided the college with outstanding leadership, guidance, and support over the past decade as member of the Aquinas College Board of Trustees, Mr. Jim McKay and Sister Carmelita Murphy. They have each meant a great deal to Aquinas, more than they can ever be formally recognized, and we are all pleased that they too plan to continue to be integral parts of the Aquinas family. We can recognize them. It is now my privilege to bestow honorary doctoral degrees on three individuals who exemplify the academic and service ideals of Aquinas College. I would ask Dr. Brooks and Dean Lewis to escort Ms. Deet Iman to the podium and assist in hooding and conveying the emblems of the degree. After her 20th birthday, Deet Iman came face to face the harsh realities of World War II. In 1940, the Nazis invaded the Netherlands, Ms. Iman's homeland, and began persecuting the Dutch Jewish population, many of whom had fled Germany. Iman, along with her fiancé, Hein Sietsma, had formed a resistance group working to hide Jews from the Germans. Later, she helped refugees and stranded Allied troops escape the occupied country using false identification documents she took from German-controlled offices. This at the risk of her own death. These activities forced the couple into hiding, taking new identities, and roaming the countryside for a year until Iman was arrested on an unrelated charge and taken to a concentration camp in southern Holland. That arrest, coincidentally, came exactly 60 years ago today, May 8th, 1944, almost to the hour. While in custody, the Germans never learned of her secret activities. Eventually, she was released from prison, only to learn of Sietsma's death in another camp. Despite this loss, she continued her resistance efforts by spying on enemy troop and ship movements until her liberation in 1945. She's been honored for her outstanding courage and leadership during the German occupation. While long remaining silent about her experiences in the Holocaust and resistance movement, growing questions prompted her to share her story of the Nazi atrocities in lectures and in a book titled The Things They Couldn't Say. Aquinas College proudly presents Deet Iman with the honorary degree of Doctor of Social Studies, honoris causa.
In the first place, I want to thank Dr. Notke and the faculty and my very special friend, Dr. Shirley Lewis, for this great honor that I could never have dreamt of. And then when I think, and I can accept this in the name of my many friends, more than half of our group, we gave their lives. And then I was thinking, that it's just today, this hour, that I really thought it was the end of my life. I was arrested with such dangerous papers, and I was praying to God, and 5 Gestapo, the secret police, were surrounding me, and I was praying to God to spare my life. And he didn't only do that, but I think he must have been smiling from heaven and thought, I'll save your life, and I'll give you a long life, because I just turned 84, and I think that... But I also think that when he saw me sit on that bench and pleading with him to give me a chance to get rid of this very dangerous document, that he must have smiled and thought, not only will I save your life, but I have a big surprise for you in store 60 years later on the day, on the time, in another country. And thank you so much, because this is just, I feel this is from above too. And so I thank you all, but most of all, I thank God who spared my life. And my whole life has been one miracle after another. So with David, I can say, praise the Lord, O my soul, and forget not one of his benefits, and praise his holy name. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Now, Dr. Ema. Dr. Brooks and trustee, the Reverend Bill Duncan, will escort the Most Reverend Robert Rose to the podium and assist in hooding and conveying the emblems of the degree. Robert J. Rose was born and raised in Grand Rapids, the same diocese to which he returned to serve in 1989 as its bishop. His tenure was a period in which the Catholic Church in West Michigan experienced significant growth, development, and progress. Bishop Rose launched several highly successful fundraising campaigns, including the largest ever, raising over $19 million for the diocese. Responding to the community's growing cultural diversity, Bishop Rose formed a lay leadership program designed specifically for Hispanics. One of his many lasting legacies is the increasing lay involvement in the diocese through the creation of the Diocesan Pastoral Council, which increased laymen's decision-making capacities. In addition, he initiated or otherwise strongly supported several programs within the community which addressed the issues of racism, ministered to those affected by abortion, and helped women caught in the grips of prostitution. The last years of his bishopric found Bishop Rose devoting much of his time and energy to the clergy abuse scandal. His thoughtful, honest, and authentic approach to very difficult and complex issues steered the diocese through this turbulent period. Bishop Rose's efforts led to the creation of several initiatives that became national models and facilitated healing and renewal processes on multiple levels. His teaching and the scholarly approach to his work as priest and bishop became a hallmark of his career. And for his countless efforts to foster community in Grand Rapids and West Michigan, his loving, unending commitment to the Catholic Church, and his leadership of the Grand Rapids Catholic Diocese, founded on his own deep personal faith and spirituality, Aquinas College is proud to honor Bishop Emeritus Robert J. Rose with the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you. I want to thank President Knopke and the board of Aquinas, the faculty, and all of you for this honor. It's particularly happy for me that I'm receiving it from Aquinas College. When I look back over my 48 years of priesthood, there have been so many connections and relationships with Aquinas over those years, beginning with serving on a panel, religious panel for what was then your radio station, WXTO, way back in the 50s, serving as adjunct faculty member of the college for some years when our seminarians, whom I was teaching, began to take their courses through Aquinas College. I was named to the Board of Trustees in the late 70s and was happily serving that term when it was truncated because I was appointed as Bishop of Gaylord, and the drive and the winters were too long in Gaylord to allow me to continue on the board. And since coming back to Grand Rapids as bishop here, there are numberless ways in which I've been connected with Aquinas. I won't go into them all, but certainly the annual Baccalaureate Mass has always been a high point of the year for me, but also the numerous workshops and training sessions that we've held here for our catechetical programs in the diocese, for our justice programs, for even the Catholic campaign in the name of the Lord, when that was in vogue. So I simply want to say that I am happy and proud to receive this degree from Aquinas, and I thank you all for it.
Thank you, Bishop Rose. Now, Dr. Brooks, Trustee Emeritus Marty Allen, and Trustee Lori Bush will escort Reverend Monk Malloy to the podium and assist in the issuing and conveying the emblems of the degree. It takes multiple trustees to handle Notre Dame people. Reverend Edward Monk Malloy, who is in his 17th year as the president of the University of Notre Dame and who just announced his plans to retire next year, is renowned in higher education as a teacher and administrator. Father Malloy began teaching at Notre Dame in 1974. He maintains regular contact with students through his role as a professor in the Department of Theology and as a resident in student campus housing. He is an active scholar, authoring 4 books and more than 50 articles and book chapters. His most recent book, Monk's Reflections, A View from the Dome, deals with the state of higher education in America and how administrators and teachers play a role in the education process. Father Malloy's commitment to higher education is further demonstrated by his leadership and advisory roles on numerous boards and councils. During Father Malloy's tenure as president, Notre Dame has grown significantly in its international presence and as an institution committed to diversity. He has also coalesced the school's Catholic character and intellectual scholarship without compromising academic freedom. Father Malloy is also a passionate advocate of community service and substance abuse prevention. He has worked on the forefront of many civic-minded organizations, and for his tireless efforts with these organizations at Notre Dame and in the broader community, his efforts to strengthen and promote Catholic higher education and civic leadership, Aquinas College proudly confers on the Reverend Edward Malloy the honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity honoris causa.
I come to you with full humility from the Aquinas of Indiana to the Notre Dame of Michigan. I just love graduation ceremonies because there's so much emotion in the air, a sense of completion for the graduates and their family members here assembled. A great opportunity for a cry to recall the sacrifice that's represented here, the hard work of the students, the tremendous dedication of the faculty and staff and administration and all who support the effort, the vision of the Dominican Sisters of Grand Rapids who founded the college and continue to play an integral role in its life, and all of its friends, its neighbors, who benefit from this outstanding institution, where teaching and scholarship and service are constantly manifest in service of society and the church. And so I salute all of you on this special occasion, and I tell you, graduates, how proud I am to be one among you. I don't know the alma mater. I don't even know the words, but I'm sure I can be a quick learner. The title of my presentation is Keeping Hope Alive. And let me begin with a story. It was mentioned that I continue to live in a student dormitory, and each semester I teach a class to beginning undergraduate students. It's a seminar with about 18 students, and it gives me a chance to get to know them well, both through the papers they write and through the classroom discussions, and meeting with them individually outside of the class. One time we were reading a book which led to a discussion about what high school was like. And so the question I asked the class, what was the most traumatic thing that ever happened to you in high school? This beautiful young woman, long blonde hair, from Minnesota, she said, well, I hate to talk about it. It was very traumatic, but I had to wear braces to my senior prom. And I said, I can really empathize with that. It's a difficult moment. Then a young man from New Jersey said, the most traumatic thing that ever happened to me, I was walking out of my school with my best friend. We just got outside and a guy came up with a shotgun and shot him, and he died in my arms. And the class stood aback. And then he began to describe a little bit about the social circumstances of his high school. And even though going to the prom with braces was a traumatic thing in a sense, compared to having your best friend die in your arms, it was a shock to the senses about the different kind of experiences that we can bring to college. This semester, a student from Guatemala who happens to play on the Notre Dame soccer team, he said, a year ago, my father was murdered. And he said, when I set foot on the campus, I felt safe for the first time in the last 5 years. This is like a haven away from the pervasive violence that scars so much of my reality in Guatemala. Another student was born with one leg and missing one arm and two arms and a leg, and came with prostheses, and little by little began to teach us what it was like to try to turn a round knob with a prosthetic arm. And we developed a system by which somebody would accompany this young person. And we together learned from the experience of one because of the realities of another. I had a young woman who survived the Holocaust in Cambodia under Pol Pot. And she said, we were reading a Holocaust novel, speaking of the Holocaust, and she said, I couldn't get past page 37 because it reminded me of my experience. I was alone with the custody of my 1-year-old brother, and we were given a tablespoon full of rice to live on a day, and he died in my arms. And eventually I was able to escape. And the first time I ever went to school was when I came to the United States. And one of the members of the class said, how did you tell that story so dispassionately? And she said, how do you think I survived? But I wanted to share my story with you so you know a little bit more about me. And we in the class could learn from each other. As I have discovered, a fair percentage of people come to college with things in their past they'd like to hide. Something about their own insufficiencies or about their family, which may have had a somewhat dysfunctional or chaotic life. Or it may be that they're uncertain about their abilities or what they'd like to do with their life. But the wonderful thing that happens inside the classroom and outside is they can begin to share their stories together. And in addition to what's being studied in the formal sense, they can bring so much together from all that they are and strive to be. One of the reasons I'm such a big fan of service learning is that it was transformative in my own experience. After my junior year of college, I went to Mexico on a summer service project, living and working with the poorest of the poor. And while I was there, I had a kind of mountaintop experience of God's call, which led me, in my own history and circumstances, to become a priest. But I saw so many of my peers do other things with their life because they were uncertain how to take their God-given talents and force them in a direction which would bring them a sense of satisfaction and happiness so that they could feel a call themselves. Sometimes it's hard to keep hope alive. There's too much violence. There's too much prejudice. There's too much unhappiness. The cornucopia of good things of this world is not always justly shared. And a constant stream of people want to come to this country from other cultures and bring the richness of who they are. And sometimes they find rejection, which is ironic because most of us got here that way ourselves, or at least our foreparents did. Keeping hope alive. Let me just suggest 3 ways to think about it. First of all, do we believe that love is at the heart of all significant relationships, like the best friendships, the best marriages, and the best commitment to bringing the next generation into the world? If we're schooled by reality TV, maybe we would think otherwise. If our models are the icons of popular culture, maybe marriage is intended to last for 2 weeks. Maybe it's just a game where tall men and short women, or those who are gregarious and shy, all before the public eye of television, play a little game about who's going to come out with the prize. Without blaming anybody for what happens. In fact, we have the most unstable marriage and family life in the world. There must be a reason why it's so hard for people to mean what they say when they commit themselves to each other, to presume a kind of integrity of intent, to believe that we can really know ourselves well enough to kind of pledge ourselves across time, for better and for worse, for richer and for poor. It's very interesting that people whose marriages fail often are the greatest advocates of the stability and importance of family life because they know from their own hard-wrought experience what a profound impact it can have on themselves and their own offspring. To believe that when you meet someone and share your story with them, it can be the foundation of a truth-filled and happy relationship where you can be there for each other, whether things turn out well or poorly, seems to be the essence of what the great religious traditions have to say about why love is so fundamental. A world without love is shallow, hostile, seemingly indifferent to the fate of each one of us. And yet if we are surrounded in the comfortable familiarity of good friends and loving family members, then no obstacle is too large. So let us believe that love is possible, that is the root and foundation of all great relationships, and let us together, the soon-to-be graduates of this wonderful institution, pledge to be lovers as we go forward. And secondly, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could presume whatever we do with our God-given talent, whatever profession we enter, whatever job takes up much of our life, that we can be a person of integrity. There's a famous test in ethics called the ring of Gyges. If you could become, by having a ring, invisible, and you could do whatever you want, would you do the right thing if you couldn't get caught, if nobody would ever know? It's a way of testing ourselves in the face of the values that we'd like to be judged on at the end of our earthly existence. To be a person of integrity in the workplace is to do the right thing for the right reason consistently. When we see those images of prisoners being abused in Iraq, we know that doesn't represent the typical military person, but everyone, in a sense, comes under the mantle of the scandal because of the misbehavior of some. When corporate executives are brought to criminal court because of the way they've abused their power and influence, it doesn't necessarily represent everyone in the business world, but it scars and lessens the reputation of everyone. I have at least 3 professional business hats. Priest. Difficult time to be a priest because of the misbehavior of some. Academic. Faculty members have been known to cheat and take advantage of their influence on the behavior and well-being of others. Administrator. Overseer of a complex institution. A lot of reasons for suspicion there. Whether it's a cab driver assigning an honest fare for the ride given, or a butcher giving the meat that's intended to be part of the bargain, or someone overseeing a complex institution, we have a right to expect that people in leadership positions or even behind the scenes would live by the highest standards. If you go into education or business or whatever you want to do with your life, be a person of integrity. And lastly, to live by the standard of justice in our response and interactions with others. It's unfortunate that so many in our society are unprotected. The unborn, the elderly, those who are thought to be different, individuals who carry physical or psychological burdens, those who have never been in the mainstream of the economic order, those who are written off because of their race or gender or some other reality about them. I hope that you've learned here, you're about to be graduates of this wonderful institution, what it means to be just in your dealings with others, and what a special obligation we have to those who don't enjoy the same privileges that we do. It's interesting in the Christian Gospels how often Jesus doesn't use the standard of religious, ritualistic behavior, but rather how we responded to the needs of those who were victims of violence or injustice or some other terrible thing in our common life. So may our world and our commitment to it and the kind of things you've already engaged in energize you and charge you with trying to make a difference in this world. If the young don't feel that way, who will? Let us not succumb to cynicism or despair about ourselves, our fellow human beings, or the human condition. And so, in order to keep hope alive, I simply charge you to be loving in your relationships, to be a person of your work, and to be just in your dealings with others. You may never have thought this way, but let me suggest to you who are graduating that you're in the top 1% of your age group in the world. There may be people who are smarter or people who are more privileged, but you've had a chance to have an education in another institution, which can open up all kinds of possibilities in your future. To be among the top 1% of your age group in the world is to be among the privileged few. It's important to savor that for all that it represents by way of, but to recognize all the obligations that I salute your achievements. And I thank you and thank all who made this day possible. Go work with hope to do great things, and may the good God be with you.
Thank you and congratulations, Reverend Malloy. President Knopke, I thank you as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Aquinas College Concert Band, under the direction of Paul Brewer, will perform Accolada by Ed Huckleby. Thank you, Dr. Brewer, and thanks as well to your fine musicians. Now, before we move on to the conferring of degrees, I need to say a few words about procedures of picture taking. Professional photographers will be taking pictures in the area immediately in front of and along the side of the ramp. They will photograph graduates as they receive their diploma jacket and at the bottom of the ramp. The graduates will receive proofs of those photos this summer. We've also cordoned off a small area in front for families to photograph their graduates, both sides. But we ask that you wait until your graduate is nearing the head of the line before proceeding to this area. It can become very congested, so ushers will direct you to the proper location. Please be considerate of other families and be careful not to interrupt the flow of graduates, please. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. C. Edward Balog, Provost and Dean of Faculty, who will present the candidates to President Knopke for the conferring of degrees.
Good afternoon. It's now my distinct privilege to present the candidates for degrees. First, a few words of explanation and introduction. Each candidate for both the master's degree and the bachelor's degree will be hooded. To help you understand the academic regalia, the hoods, and what their size and color symbolize, I refer you to page 3 of your commencement program under the heading The Academic Tradition. Some graduates today will be distinguished with honors. With highest honors, summa cum laude, recognizes those students who have earned a 3.9 or higher grade point average. With high honors, magna cum laude, acknowledges the achievement of a 3.7 to 3.9 grade point average, and honors, cum laude, being awarded to those students who have attained a 3.5 to 3.7 grade point average. In a moment, I'll be asking you to stand in groups according to the degree you're about to receive. After the President confers the degree upon you as a group, please proceed forward to be hooded individually and to receive your diploma cover. The white card you carry identifies you so that I may call your name. And this is the important part. Please bring it with you and hand it to the assistant here by the stage. Face front when you're being hooded, and I'll announce your name at that time. Then proceed across the stage to President Knopke, where you receive your diploma and have an official picture taken. Then return to your seat by taking the side aisle to a pathway behind reserved seating where you can connect with the center aisle for your return seat. After we finish conferring degrees for the first section on the left, my left, the stage participants will change sides and we'll begin to announce those candidates who are sitting on my right. Procession order will be the same, except the opposite side aisles will be used. You've already heard about the pictures. We don't want to encourage or discourage picture taking, but do need to prevent congestion. I would ask that you not disrupt the procession. You can determine the placement of your graduate in the procession based on their alphabetical listing. When finished, carefully return to your seats, allowing others to come forward. Finally, I ask that you wait for the turning of the tassel so you can do that as a group. I will announce this at the end of the ceremony. The tassels now should be on the right side of your mortarboard. Thank you for your patience with these announcements. I have to say those things so everybody can get ready now to get to the jostling to get up for their degrees. So at this time, I'd like to ask those who will be assisting with the ceremony activities to come forward. Dr. Shirley Lewis, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, Cindy Van Gelderen, Dean of the School of Management, Dr. James Garofalo, Dean of the School of Education, Mr. Bradford Winkler, Dean of Student Development, who will assist with placing the hoods, Mr. Michael Keller, Vice President for Planning and Enrollment Management, Ms. Paula Meehan, Dean of Admissions, Ms. Brenda Henning, Director of Adult Student Programs, Ms. Celie Messler, the College Registrar, who will assist with the cards, and of course President Knopke, who will hand your diplomas. This may be the single most ignored statement in the entire day. Please hold all your applause until all candidates have been announced. Okay. And now, will the candidates for the degree of Master of Management please stand? President Knopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Management.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to bestow on you individually and severally the degree Master of Management. Please come forward and receive the symbol of your degree.
David P. Bryant. Kimberly Ray Kaufman. Deborah Ann Downing. Claire Elizabeth Echtenaw. Margaret Chepchumba Kimasop. Christine M. Krieger. Carl Michael Lanka. Yeah. Dawn Alice Lyons Dean. Meredith Ann Meitner. Ronald J. Neary, Jr. John Arthur Norton, Jr. Tanya Ann Osterhaus. Eric Postma. Rosalind Risden Scott. Sarah Joy Robinette. Jeffrey Saint. Rebecca L. Siberson. Barbara Rose Norman Singleton. Timothy R. Taylor. Let us congratulate the recipients of the Master of Management degree. Will the candidates for the degree of Master in the Art of Teaching please stand? President Nopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master in the Art of Teaching.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty, by authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to bestow on you individually and severally the degree Master in the Art of Teaching. Please come forward to accept the symbol of your degree.
Mary Teresa Ahrens. Joan Lynn Velasco Bennett. Amy Lee Blau. Margot McCord. Jennifer Diane Metcalf. Rose Marie Pratt. Congratulations to the recipients of the Master in the Art of Teaching degree. And now will the candidates for the degree of Master in Education please stand. President Nopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master in Education.
Thank you, Provost Balog. Again, on the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to bestow on you individually and severally the degree Master of Education. Please come forward to receive the symbol of your degree.
Jeanette Baines. Brenda L. Buck. Kimberly Marie Burke. Karen Lee Kramer. Diane D. Dewan. Susan Ellen Geiger. Jared Michael Herron. Catherine J. Horn. Sean R. Jacob. Adam R. Kubinski. Karen Lynn Lenthy. Shannon Lee Payne. Kimberly Ann Pugno. Maria T. Quintana Garcia. Elizabeth Jane Schofield. Sally C. Schuster-Schaff. Congratulations to all recipients of the Master in Education degree. And now will the candidates for the degree of Master in Science Education please stand. President Knopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master in Science Education.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer on you both the degree Master of Science Education. Please come forward and accept the symbol of your degree.
Penny Towns Christensen. Helena Risden. Congratulate both of the recipients of the degree of Master in Science Education. And now will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please stand. President Knopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to confer on you individually and severally the degree Bachelor of Arts. Please come forward to accept the symbol of your degree.
Tanya Abplanelt. Brian Kenneth Amadani. Megan Taylor Alford. Duffy James Arter. Luann K. Kennedy Barber. Kevin D. Baxter. Denise M. Beam. Anne Marie Berg. Michelle Marion Blank. Thomas Allen Bobo. Jennifer Lynn Bratsberg. Mary Lou Brock. Amy Marie Brooks. Angela S. Brook. Rachel Beist. Curtis R. Burdette. Lene Marie Kappendijk. C. Brendan Clark. Sarah Marie Clark. Sheila Clearwater. Katie Clement. Rebecca Lynn Connor. Emily Ann Corcoran. Andrea Lynn Covert. Victoria Krebs. Angela Lynn Critchett. Megan Elizabeth Kupke. Stacy Danovich. Tara Ann Daniel. Sarah Beth Cherry Decker. Richard Patrick Deasing. Vicki Lee DeLands. Abby Marie DeMars. Lindsay Dennis. Sherry Lynn DeVries. Anne E. Devroy. Charles V. DiGiovanna. Grace Elizabeth Drow. Dana M. Duchesne. John R. Ebers. Thomas John Eggleston. Courtney L. Evans. Casey Lynn Faber. Jerry Lynn Faulkner. Kara K. Ferguson. Robert P. Fiore. Sherry Fitzgerald. Jacqueline J. Flory. Louise Ann Foltz. Molly Elizabeth Frendo. Ashley Leanne Gallivan. Jennifer C. Gamsby. Alex Charles Gates. Matthew Mark Grabowski. Katie L. Granger. C. Court Gravengood. Mary Jane Grunch, cum laude. Julie Ann Gunther. Brian David Hamaker. Marvel Onette Hammond. Caitlin S. Hart. Monique Marie Galt Hayes, magna cum laude. Mark Philip Hoffman, cum laude. Deborah K. Homeyer, cum laude. Juliana Marie Hyatt. Christine Marie Hypnar. Summa cum laude. Katie Lynn Jensen, magna cum laude. Courtney Marquita Johnson. Mallory Ann Johnson, summa cum laude. Hillary Marie Jones. Denise L. Canoza, magna cum laude. Anne Elizabeth Keller, summa cum laude. Kara Ann Killebrew, cum laude. Emily Ann Kirkwood. Megan Elizabeth Korchak. Erica Cornell. Holly Kemple. Catherine Kwiatkowski, magna cum laude. Ramsey Lama. Melinda Sue Larva, cum laude. Sarah Jo Lindberg, cum laude. Virginia M. Zambon Lures. Nina Victoria Lopez. Karen Therese Makieski. Jeremy Malik. Kimberly A. Malone, cum laude, will be hooded by her husband, Denny Malone. Aubrey Deanne Martin. Jennifer Renee McGowan, magna cum laude. Nathan D. Marin, cum laude. Heather Ruth Messing. Holly Nicolette McKelly. Morgan G. Maselli. Scott C. Michaels. Kendra J. Montiel, cum laude. Deborah Morio. Amanda Christine Merkel. Kelly Virginia Nelson. Beth Ann Niemeyer. Brooke Angela O'Keefe, magna cum laude. Heather Ann Overbeck. John David Partlow. Abigail L. Paterka, magna cum laude. Veronica Marie Perdue, magna cum laude. Vanessa Khalil Petsovich, magna cum laude. Leah Marie Pettijohn. Amanda Beth Piper. Jeanette K. Pierce, magna cum laude. Nancy Jean Pickard. Shelley R. Pluff will be hooded by her father, Professor Bill Pluff. Heather Marie Price, cum laude. James R. Pine, cum laude. Kristen Marie Rabideau. Ryan J. Roberts. Gayla J. Ross, cum laude. Jennifer Frances Ribsky. Jessica Lynn Savino, magna cum laude. Jacqueline D. Skeltema. Jessica L. Schmidtke, magna cum laude, will be hooded by her sister Elizabeth. Valerie Ann Kateri Schmidt. Michael A. Schneider, magna cum laude. Monica Marie Schultens. Tricia Lynn Shenefield, magna cum laude. Jessica M. Short, magna cum laude, will be hooded by her aunt, Nancy Schmidtke. Annette Carol Shumay. Jennifer Lynn Sikora, magna cum laude. Angela L. Sinclair, magna cum laude. Brendan Smith. Jan Renee Spencer, cum laude. Bonnie M. Spiegelberg. Susan Stanek. Jacqueline Bilski Straub. Michelle A. Swift. Elizabeth T. Shevchik. Christy Marie Teasdale. Carla Marie Tomes, magna cum laude. Julie L. Van Dam. Amy Jo Vanderlaan. Jill Marie Walker, magna cum laude. Danielle Marie Teresa Walters, cum laude. Thora Catherine Weiss, magna cum laude. Bethany Weber. Jill Elaine Welliver. Erin Marie Werner, cum laude. Lynette Marie Westover, cum laude. Nicole Lynn Westover. Amanda Rose Freund Way. Jennifer Lee Wheat, magna cum laude. Andrew Edmund Wilson. Elizabeth Wolfgram. Jameson W. Yoder, cum laude. Danielle Joy Young. Congratulations to the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts degree. Yes, it does. And now will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please stand. Yeah. President Nopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to bestow on you individually and serially the degree Bachelor of Science. Please come forward and receive the symbol of your degrees.
Elizabeth Caroline Adair. Kimberly Jo Anderson Bunker. Melissa Erin Ankerberg. Michael Carl Appel. Kimberly Ann Barksdale, cum laude. Laura Beatty, cum laude. Jonathan James Jeremiah Martin Mortis Mark Eagle Bieneman is being hooded by his father, Dr. Paul Bieneman. Michelle Renee Borak, magna cum laude. Laurie Ann Breimeyer. Brett Thomas Cagney, cum laude. Holly M. Charbonneau, magna cum laude. Mary Allison Cooper. Rebecca R. Zarnecki. Ted A. Dietrich will be hooded by his father, Dan Dietrich. Mary E. Dillon, magna cum laude. Sarah Donzilla, cum laude. Shauna Marie Elliott. Ronald James Ferguson II. Matthew D. First. Wendy L. Fisher. Melissa Jean Folk. Bradley D. Foltz. Karen Michelle Goronsky, cum laude. Katie J. Green. Melissa Marie Green. Keith R. Grunch. Jessica Lynn Gutowski, magna cum laude. Rachel Ann Hackett, cum laude. Catherine L. Hagan. Sarah Heckman. Shannon Colleen Hickman. Emily K. Hollingsworth. Patrick James Hurley, cum laude. Kurt Victor Kendall. Kyle Lynn Kraft. Valerie May Kundi, magna cum laude. Nancy Lynn Kuzma, magna cum laude. Faith A. Lathrop. Leanne Marie Lawrence. Alexander G. Lentini. Danielle Sherry Lepp. Adam Sergey Lorenz. Tara Lynn Miller, cum laude. Lisa Joy Nelligan, magna cum laude. Thomas J. Overly, summa cum laude. Jeffrey E. Pitch. Mary Catherine Reichart. Allison M. Repick will be hooded by her aunt, Susan Garrity. Charles L. Schuba. Jamie Lee Samine, magna cum laude. Kimberly Catherine Shagrin. Megan Suzanne Sherady. Rachel Dawn Sova, cum laude, will be hooded by her uncle Harv Sova. Angela Marie Strong. Holly Tachara Todd. Megan Eileen Vetters will be hooded by her husband Brad Vetters. Lindsay Kate Volpe. Jerome Paul Waldron. David Michael Williams, cum laude. Veronica Rose Zawacki, cum laude. Doreen K. Zerfus, cum laude. Congratulations to the recipients of the degree Bachelor of Science. And now will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in General Education please stand. President Nopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in General Education.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to confer on you individually and severally the degree Bachelor of Arts in General Education. Please come forward to accept the symbol of the degree.
Tiffany Ann Albro. Jessie Alana Duncan. Janice Marie Noel. Adrian Lemire Proctor. Julie Ann Roy, cum laude. Sanala Sprechich. Susan Lynn Stark, cum laude. Stephanie Margaret Weber Vinn. Congratulations to the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts in General Education degree. And now will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration please stand. President Nopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and by authorization of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to confer on you individually and severally the degree Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Please come forward to accept the symbol of the degree.
John Angle. Kristen Elizabeth Barrow. Mark T. Bartholomew. Daniel E. Boglich. Joshua Bowler. Richard W. Butcher, magna cum laude. Mark E. Caswell, summa cum laude. Sabina Charles. Megan Chisholm, magna cum laude. Matthew J. Daly. Kate Elizabeth Davidson, magna cum laude. Heather Lynn DeCourt. Stephen Daub. Carla Lynn Dubridge. Sarah L. Eaton. Marie Ann Esselink. Amanda J. Flairman. Nicole Foster, summa cum laude. Brendan Gary. Corey S. Gibora, cum laude. Carrie L. Gerber, magna cum laude. Denise Ann Grundyke. Mirsada Halilovic. Sean Michael Hambleton. Nina Marie Carey. Robert Atkinson Kiley. Laura Elise Knack, magna cum laude. Amber Lynn Lapham, magna cum laude. Johanna Marie Lindblom. Robert T. Master will be hooded by his aunt, Kathy Zimmerman. Catherine Murawski. Colleen Ann Murphy. Kimberly Pomeroy, magna cum laude. Megan F. Porubsky. John A. Renbarger, Jr., cum laude. Peter Andrew Rumley, summa cum laude. Maynard Ray Imano Sassis. Bradley M. Schaub. Brian Christopher Shane. Sarah Ann Schondelmeyer, magna cum laude. Timothy A. Schultz. Abhishek Shah. Thomas James Shimmick, magna cum laude. Barton E. Stenberg. Patrick J. Tepper. Teresa M. Tamonica, cum laude. Lena Maria Tompkins. Michelle R. Wademan. Jeffrey M. White. Edward J. Wiersbicki. Daniel L. Wilkerson. Jennifer Wilkins. Congratulations to the recipients of the degree Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in International Business please stand? President Nopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in International Business.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to confer on you individually and severally the degree Bachelor of Science in International Business. Please come forward to accept the symbol of the degree.
Sanal Fazlich, cum laude. Gail Grimoski, summa cum laude. Frederick Omweri Ombongi. Sarah Elizabeth Shermack. Tice Van Leer. Jeffrey Ryan Weatherhead. Congratulations to the recipients of the degree Bachelor of Science in International Business. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts please stand? President Knopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidate who has successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to confer on you the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts. Please come forward to receive the symbol of your degree.
Jake Allen Grigorski. Congratulations, Jake. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music Education please stand? President Knopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidate who has successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Music Education.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On the recommendation of the faculty, by authorization of the Aquinas College Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to confer on you, Katie, in the degree of Bachelor of Music Education. Please come forward and receive the symbol of your degree.
Catherine Marie Van Auker. Now will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts and Associate of Science please stand? President Knopke, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degrees of Associate of Arts and Associate of Science.
Thank you, Provost Balog. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and on recommendation of the faculty, I'm pleased to confer on you both the degrees Bachelor of Arts or Associate of Arts and Associate of Science. Please come forward to receive the symbols of your degree.
Mildred Juanita Brown, Associate of Arts. Beatrice LaQuinn Jones, Associate of Science. This time, let me extend our congratulations to 12 additional graduates who are not here. They're the first graduates of our Bachelor of Science in Nursing program established in partnership with the University of Detroit Mercy and St. Mary's Mercy Medical Center. They are in Detroit today receiving their degrees, and we wish them well. Well, the moment is here. You're now graduates. Please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to each of you. This part of your lifelong pursuit of learning is now accomplished. We're indeed proud of you and wish you every blessing. At this point, I'd like you to join me in expressing our appreciation for the people who've inspired you, challenged you, and piqued your curiosity, the faculty of the college. We should also acknowledge the people who encouraged you to attend Aquinas, those who supported you with myriad services during your years here, and finally those who organized this commencement, the support staff. If you permit me a personal note on what is usually a long afternoon, many of you came here as freshmen when I came here 4 years ago as a freshman. You will now go off to pursue other parts of your lives. I still have some work to finish here, but I'll miss those of you who started with me, and good luck to you all. And in the words of the ancient Irish blessing, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
On behalf of the faculty, I extend special congratulations to you, our students. Now that you are graduates from Aquinas, Mr. Michael Zagaroli from the class of 1974 and president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors will come forward to welcome you to the ranks of the alumni.
You'll be happy to hear that my remarks will be brief. Thank you, Professor Brooks. I can't even begin to tell you what an honor it is for me to stand up here as the president of the Aquinas Alumni Association and be the first one to welcome you as alumni of Aquinas. We really look forward to having you as part of our association. I want to congratulate you on the completion of your studies, and I want to tell you that, of course, commencement is normally thought of as the end. It's really the beginning for us from the Alumni Association. You'll never leave Aquinas. You'll never leave the Aquinas family because you'll always be a part of it. I want to invite you to actively participate in the association. It's just been such a blessing for me and all of us that are active to keep in touch with the college and our friends. There's so many ways you can do it. We'd love to have you be a part of any one of our committees. We'd love to have you a part of the board. It's really neat. Our board, several of our board members are graduates from the 21st century, and it's just wonderful to work with them. I was here 30 years ago, and to have the new people on our board is wonderful. So consider it. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you participate in the events that we sponsor. There's no doubt in all of our minds that your education here at Aquinas, that our education, prepared us for the challenges of life. The college, with its faculty and staff and its benefactors, have given us all so much. And as alums, we have the opportunity to return that favor. And the way to return it is to be an active participant as an alumni. We also ask you and encourage you to give back to Aquinas by participating financially. The vast majority of students here at Aquinas, me included, in the past received financial aid from the school. Many of the students, and I'm sure many of you, would not have the benefit of the superb college education Aquinas has given without the financial aid. So we encourage you to consider giving back by participating financially. For an example, the Graduate Giving Program is just a program that focuses on giving increments of $10 a year. The amount of giving isn't as important as the mere fact of giving at all. Colleges such as Aquinas are rated and judged on the percentage of alumni that participate in contributing financially to the college. There could be no greater gift back to Aquinas than 100% participation from your graduating class, no matter how much you would decide to contribute. At any rate, having said that, we really encourage you to join with the association. stay connected with the college, and I'll again extend our warmest congratulations on graduation today. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the ceremony will come to a close. The faculty, staff, and trustees will form an honor cordon for the graduates to symbolically see them safely on their way to the next phase of their lives. I ask you to remain in your places until the recessional from the building has been completed. We send our new graduates on their way with a blend of joy and sadness, and with our sincere blessings. In that spirit, Alex Lentine, of year 2004 alumni, will deliver the benediction.
Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God, we thank you for your kindness and your grace. You have empowered us through our trials and helped us reach our goals. Thank you for the blessings you have bestowed upon all of us, especially our Aquinas community. We thank you, Lord, for forming us into the people we have become and for the opportunities we are about to experience. Thank you for your continued support and help along our paths and the riches of friendships that we all have made. We know it is through your grace and kindness alone that we have made it this far. Thank you, Lord, for all the adventures we have had and the journeys we're about to begin. May your blessings continue to flow over us and guide us forever. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Alex. Graduates, has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? I'm going to ask you to do just one more thing. Say cheese. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I have the best angle in the house, so I couldn't help it. Thank you all for joining us today to celebrate the highlight of our academic year and this most memorable day in the lives of our graduates. And now, as Sister Amata Fabro, the faculty marshal, comes forward to lead the recessional, please allow me to instigate one more little cheer for our a big cheer for our graduates. Congratulations to all of you, and enjoy your celebrations.